Well, hello, you're back again. We're now on day 10. Today we're going to talk about knowing your products because obviously the products are what create the money. So whether you're involved for the products or you're involved for the business, the products are really important. And so that will be the subject that we go for today. And of course, like every day, we start off by talking about yesterday's assignment. And you all remember yesterday's assignment was to keep calling the people that you sent the video prospecting link to, and the fact that follow-up is the most important step. You might as well not even share it with people if you're not going to follow up and follow through. Don't assume that they're interested and that they'll call you, because they don't think like that. They think if this is so great and you're excited about it, you'll keep calling them and be persistent and be enthusiastic about your business, okay? And again, we talked about making them feel special, like they're just not a number on your list. So when you do talk to people, don't act like you're just going down the list. It's like you're handpicking your board of directors, and they qualify to be on that board of directors. And so that's kind of how you want to frame it. Okay. So with that, we always review what we're all about is a day-by-day instruction, one step at a time, to create a 25-day habit. And we always like to talk about the daily dozen. Each day we cover this, because if you're doing this on a daily basis, these are the things that you either have done or should do today. And that is take your core care, your SRQ, and your NukaHiva twice a day, and make sure everybody in your family is doing the same thing. Read 15 minutes with something positive, whether it's something spiritual or something motivational or inspirational. But stay away from the newspapers and things like that. That doesn't count. You want to start really just planting in your subconscious this concept of you can do it, you're worthy, you deserve it, you're going to have it, it's going to happen, don't worry, just keep going. That's what we're looking for in terms of reading and also listening, because a lot of times you can't sit and read. I've had people say, well, yeah, what I do is I read books on my way to work. And it's like, really? That's not a good idea. That's kind of like texting and driving is bad. But I can tell you this is a little trick for reading. I used to do this all the time. I'd buy a book and I'd rip out 4 pages. And that was my reading for the day. And I'd fold it up and stick them in my pocket, and I'd go on with my day. And whenever I had a little bit where I had a little bit of time, I'd pull it out and I'd read a paragraph. And that, people say, I don't have time to read, or I read at night and I fall asleep. Well, try that. Rip up a book. They say, well, I couldn't do that to a book. Well, buy 2 books. Put one on your shelf and one to read, because, what good is a book if you don't actually read it? As a matter of fact, come to think of it, that's materialism. If you're worshiping the book, the book is meant to read. So anyway, enough of that. I'll get on my soapbox on that. But listen 30 minutes when you're going down the road or you're in the bathroom or whatever, but listen to positive podcasts. There's lots of stuff out there. And you get with your support team, your upline, your mentor, your leadership group. They'll tell you what to listen to, because they've already got sources for all this. Attend any company or team event. I believe tonight you have a team event going on. You want to all be there. Get your whole team there. Make that part of your culture, because you become average in the group you hang out with. And I assure you, on these calls and on these meetings, these are future millionaires. And if that's what you want to be, that's where you need to be. And then number 5 is meet one new person physically every day. We always talk about sticking your hand out and say, hi, my name is, and they'll usually go and give you their name. But then, you can go beyond that. Once you've done that, 100 times, it's pretty, it's natural to take the next step. Hey, do you live around here? You look familiar. I say that to people all the time. You look familiar. Do I know you from someplace? And, I'm telling the truth. They look familiar. They got 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. They look familiar. Okay. So, people I meet are just friends I haven't met yet. And you got to think like that. So meet one person physically every day. Find 5 people on social media and make a friend. And, add them to your friends list. Try to keep adding people to your friends list every single day. All right. Number 7, comment on 2 posts on social media. So go on and find people that are saying things you like, or is playing videos. Hey, thanks for that video. Thanks for that inspirational phrase, whatever it is, but comment on their post. Text or message 5 friends to either congratulate or encourage them. We don't encourage people enough. And you make a huge impression when you, hey, Bill, I saw, that you got a promotion. Fantastic. That's great. Or, hey, Judy, I see that your son graduated from high school. Boy, I remember when I was bouncing him on my knee on your patio that one summer. Whatever it is, congratulate, encourage. Number 9, most important, present the Zenoah business or product to a prospect. And this is the thing that's going to make the biggest difference really long term in terms of your financial future. Also, write down the most important tasks you need to do besides that one. What is it that you need to do today that's going to be important? Not necessarily urgent, and you got to do the urgent ones too, but you want to make sure you don't avoid the important tasks, because those are the things over long term. It's kind of like when you're trying to lose weight. It's the little things that you do or don't do every day that add up. And then after the month is over, you might have lost, 2 or 3 pounds. And then over a year, well, we gain weight the same way. We don't automatically get, to be obese. It takes one day at a time with little tiny habits. Well, it's the same way going the other way. And so you want to make sure you do the little tiny important things that you can do every day, which one of them might be spend 10 dedicated minutes with each member of your family, the people that you love. Say it all the time, put your phone away, lock the door, do whatever you do, eliminate all the distractions and focus totally on that person. What's going on in your life? What's important to you today? What's exciting today? What are you happy for? What are you grateful for? Whatever that is. And number 12, express gratitude for your blessings. Have an attitude of gratitude, because that's what will get life's good things coming towards you. So those are our daily dozens. You're going to want to do those every day. So today, we're going to talk about products. This is really important, especially in the health business, okay? Because a lot of times people strive to become these experts on products. They try to become a nutritionist or a naturopath or a chiropractor, and you don't have to do that to know the benefits of your product and share those benefits with others. So you don't have to be an expert unless you are. You might be a naturopath or a chiropractor. Well, then great. It's obvious that you're going to be more knowledgeable about the product. But all of us lay people, we don't have to do that, right? And so here's what you need to know. Okay, first of all, to lay the ground rules, never promote the product as a cure for any kind of disease or condition, okay? Because this is a violation of law in most countries, and it can have severe consequences for all of us, because if somebody screws it up and a regulator gets involved, it makes for trouble, all right? So you don't want to say things like it cures anything, especially don't ever use the C word, the one I'm talking about. I won't even say it here, because never use that word, because that'll get you in trouble faster than anything you think, especially in a digital world, because today everything's recorded and people are posting on Facebook and Instagram and all, Pinterest and all this stuff, and it gets out there. So don't get caught talking about products and saying that it cures something. And I'll give you language here as we go through that'll help you. Number 2, you can tell stories of the results other people have had with the products, but be careful not to diagnose or promise a cure. Don't ever say, well, if you do this, this is going to happen for you too, because everybody's individual. Like I have a story, okay, and the best story is your story. And my story, might not be what happens for other people. With rheumatoid arthritis and lupus, our products really made a difference for me. Does that mean they're going to make a difference for everybody? Don't run out and say, oh, if you have lupus and you do this, you're going to be cured, or you're going to have these incredible results. Don't set it up like that. First of all, it's wrong to do that. It's not even legal to do that. It'll get us all in trouble. But secondly, maybe they won't have that kind of result. Every body reacts to compounds and natural items differently and on different schedules. You ever met somebody that they get on a certain kind of diet, man, boom, you read about, hey, man, they lost 40 pounds in 2 months. Oh my God. And then they try the exact same thing and they gain a pound. All right. It's because people's bodies are different and they react to different things. So that's a really important thing to start with. All right. So now we have world-class products and every one of them is designed with a purpose. And what you want to learn is the benefits, and how you describe those benefits are really critical. So Core Care, that's our first product. That was our flagship for a long time. As a matter of fact, I talked to somebody the other day and they thought that's all we still had, because they're 2 years old. They didn't know anything. They hadn't been keeping up to date. And so they didn't know that we now have more than just Core Care. But Core Care is an optimal blend of omegas 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11. Well, it sounds like you didn't learn how to count or something in second grade. but it's all those omegas, right? And you know, omegas like I look at omegas like they're lubricants. Okay, so here's a way to say it: Core Care supports cellular health by promoting the ability of your cells to get nutrition into cells and the waste out of your cells by focusing on the permeability of the cell and the cellular wall. Okay, so you notice the words support and promoting are highlighted because you can say that the product supports and it promotes the ability of your body. These are natural products, okay? And so they are to support the body's naturally ability to heal itself and to optimize and to put it into balance, right? So that's what Core Care does. So by doing this, you're gonna see benefits. You're gonna see healthier, smoother skin, you know, healthier hair, less joint pain, increase, and you could see, you notice the word could is highlighted. You're not going to, it's not guaranteed. You could see less joint pain. You could see increased mobility, more energy, and better digestion, okay? And so those are benefits from the product. It's not science, it's the benefits. And that's all people care about anyway. What's it gonna do for me? So that's Core Care, and that's how you describe it. Just need to learn that. Next one was SRQ. Now I put the new bottle on here. We aren't shipping this bottle yet, but this is the new design. So you're gonna see that in some of the things that I do because I want you to see what's coming and how our products are all got this great brand. But again, SRQ was our second product, and it was designed by scientists in Japan that were trying to optimize the function of the mitochondria. Now, the mitochondria is known as the powerhouse or the engine of each cell. It's what makes it work, right? It was originally studied as a natural alternative to help with Alzheimer's and dementia. Now, if somebody has Alzheimer's and dementia, you don't run out and say, oh, you got to have this product because it's going to cure that. No, it's not going to cure anything. Will it help? Possibly. All right, let me tell you, if you know somebody with Alzheimer's or dementia and his family that do, they're willing to try anything. All right, so get them to try it and see if they can get some benefits, some improvements. All right, by optimizing the mitochondria, SRQ supports balance of sugars, okay, blood sugars, increased and sustained energy, reduced brain fog, supports cognitive functions, increases endurance. Okay, you notice these words supports. It supports these things that are going to make people's lives better. And so in balancing blood sugar, SRQ has the potential of reducing spikes in insulin, which is often referred to as a fat hormone, right? If you got too much insulin, you eat and your insulin spikes. And I'm not an expert at this. You know, I just learned this by being around people like Doc Williams and April and your leaders. I mean, they know this stuff and it's pretty basic stuff. All right. But, you know, when you have insulin, it opens up your cells and tells the cell to grab the fat that's going through your blood and store it. And that's how you get fat. And so insulin's not good. Right. And so that's where people get diabetes from overeating carbohydrates and all this stuff. So that's another talk. But all you got to know is it balances blood sugar. Somebody that has a problem with blood sugar, they get it. All right. Somebody that has a weight problem gets the fact that SRQ could support their ability to achieve and maintain a natural or healthy weight, because then it starts to balance those cells grabbing all that fat, and it allows them to release it, and they lose weight. So SRQ is part of our new Body Maker system that's coming out first of the year, which will be a whole new product, which is exciting, right? And then, of course, you know, the third product is our most popular, probably, is Nuka-Hiva. And that rounds out our 3-product package. So when you combine the promotion of cellular health with superfood nutrition, you have an unbeatable combination. So all you got to know about Nuka-Hiva is it's a blend of 9 superfruits, including noni. That provides the equivalent of 5 servings of fruits and vegetables. Now, questions come up with it. If you take 1 ounce versus 2 ounces, is it still 5 servings of fruits and vegetables? Well, the new formula has a higher concentration of noni, so it's actually pretty close to still 5 servings of fruits and vegetables, especially if you take like 1.5 ounces. All right, so you know it's going to vary, but on the bottle it says 5 servings of fruits and vegetables, and you can go ahead and make that claim. Okay, so those are our 3 products. I refer to this as the trifecta. Now they work better together. All right. There's something about how they interact with each other. They work better together. I've had tremendous results with these 3 products, and you can find stories. Okay. So that tells you how to talk about our products. The bottom line is focus on benefits, and don't think you got to be a scientist. As a matter of fact, the more technical you get, the more likely you can't duplicate yourself, because people say, well, if I was smart like so-and-so, I'd be able to do that. Unless you've been in the industry for a long time, you know, and it's kind of expected. You know, when I talk to somebody like April, I expect her to tell me stuff that's really scientific and nutrition based, and she's almost like a biochemist in her approach and her knowledge base, because she's been hanging around with Doc Williams. And so those people, no problem. But don't you try to be an April. Don't you try to be a Doc Williams or one of the health professionals that we have, and there's many of them. All right. Going back to your Zenoa. All right. It's always important for us to do this every day, is to think about, why'd you get in? What is it that motivated you to even start? What was it that you started believing you could do? You know, maybe you thought you could make $500 a month, and that was something that motivated you because it was going to provide a fund for your college, one of your kids to go to college. Okay. Or maybe it was $500 a month that was going to help reduce the impact of your household from inflation, or whatever it was. I want you to never forget it. It's always part of your story. And it's the part that's going to relate to other people, you know, because I remember living in a multi-million-dollar house on a lake and having 6 cars in the driveway, and they're all paid for and all that kind of stuff. And you know what? People couldn't relate to that. They're thinking, well, you were born like that. And I wasn't. As a matter of fact, I was a 20-year-old college student trying to pay last month's college food bills and electric bill and keep it from getting shut off. You see, and you always got to remember where you came from and remember the initial reason you got involved. All right. I got involved to make an extra $1,000 a month. That was it. When I made $1,000 a month, which I could believe I could do in the beginning, then I believed I could make 2,000. Then I believed I could make 4, and then I believed I could make 10. I got really bold at that point. Then I started believing I could make 20, and then 50, and then 100. I believe big, big numbers. Okay, because I've seen it happen. Well, don't expect that in the beginning. Start where you believe. But today, I want you to remember why you got in. What's the reason? What are you trying to accomplish? Okay, because that's going to feed into everything that we do. Okay, today's assignment, go to your Zenoa Share app and watch all the product videos. Send each of the product printouts to your email or your phone so you can study them, okay, until you're comfortable talking about them. Just read them over and over again. Print them out, take them with you, read them. You know, talk about them with your family, with your friends, with your teammates. Get to know the product line to the point where you can talk to people. Because if you talk to enough people, people are going to tell you things. And when they tell you, you know, their challenges, it's really nice for you to say, you know what? It's interesting you say that. I have a friend that has rheumatoid arthritis, or I have a friend that has Hashimoto, or I have a friend that has whatever, and they tried this. Will you be willing to look at something? Let me send you some information. Opens the door, okay? Or if they tell you something, you know, about their financial situation, it just opens the door. The more information you have. Okay, so the other thing is continue to call on your list of people that you receive that received your video prospecting link, right? And don't leave more than one message if you're getting an answer machine. You know, leave a message, maybe a second one, but you know, they see their caller ID, they know. Text them. People usually respond to text message because it comes right up and they are in the moment and they might respond. Hey, I'll talk to you later. Hey, call me tonight. That kind of thing, and you can get that interaction going. Okay, but you know, keep calling them, keep talking to them. This is urgent. Okay, so you want to be persistent. That communicates that it's important. So that's today's assignment. And remember, the affiliate that shares it the most wins. This is about numbers, guys. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.